2022年度加拿大青少年商业创意大赛再燃战火。经过近1年时间的初赛、复赛及商业大赛培训，加拿大青少年基金会商业创意大赛总决赛于10月29日成功举办，网上直播吸引了数千人观看，获得过万点赞。约克区议员及万锦市副市长陈国志、联邦国会议员马万里的助理 Sherry、瑞邦资产管理公司李红董事长、瑞邦资产管理公司总裁廖子薇等嘉宾出席并上台致辞。
我就创办了青少年基金会，让他们自己打自己，自己教。
经过层层选拔，本次比赛共有24名选手入围总决赛。小选手们以其出色的构思和设想，用科学的思维所做的商业创意，得到了专家评委们的肯定和赞誉。比赛总会场设在多伦多的新动力演播厅，有12名选手出场；分会场设在温哥华，有9名选手通过 Zoom 出赛。萨省的2名选手及滑铁卢的1名选手也通过 Zoom 出赛。
Yeah. Okay, now raise your hand if you regularly donate your old clothes. Great. So now, what if I told you that you could get free clothing just from donating your old clothes with my company, Regarment? So Regarment is an online platform that will aim to reduce landfill clothing waste by sustainably recycling garments in a consumer-driven system, one piece at a time. Okay, so what real-world problems does my company actually address? First, people need an incentive to responsibly donate or recycle their old clothing. Second, shoppers are becoming increasingly concerned about the high costs of shopping and buying new clothes. And lastly, it's difficult for shoppers to try out different clothing options in a budget-friendly way. The solution to these issues is Regarment, an online platform where users can donate their old clothes in return for unique secondhand clothing at extremely low prices. With this platform, users can reduce clothing waste and clear up closet space. They can trade unwanted clothing for new pieces. They will save money when buying clothing, and they can explore a variety of different pieces to develop their personal taste. So here's how it works. First, users list clothing that they want to donate on the website, similar to Etsy or eBay listings. When someone buys a piece of clothing from that user's profile, the user receives one.
我们的 judge 我们的评委老师会有他们自己的 highlight 和大家一起来见面，谢谢。
Hi everyone, my name is Xinwei Li, and this is my business proposal presentation. So, the name of my business is called New Era College Application, and our vision is to become the most useful website to high school students. Applying to university is a very difficult thing to do, which many of you in this room may know. It's super stressful and more often than not, super overwhelming. I know that when I personally look at a university website, I get extremely overwhelmed. So the purpose of this website is to try to minimize that stress. In order to do that, I created a website called New Era College Application. So the problem is that, like previously mentioned, university websites are extremely overwhelming and can often make you dread university instead of being excited for it. Another problem is that it's difficult to find people to carefully go through your application and your essays. So there are many websites like this one. However, they only cover one area. For example, Ontario University's information, like the name, only looks at schools in Ontario. Niche only looks at schools in the US. The purpose of my website will cover schools internationally. So I would say that this website covers all grades in grade 11 and 12 that are experiencing this problem as they begin to look into college and application details. Some grade 10s may also experience this as they just start looking into programs that they want to go to.
Hi everyone, my name is Dejan Mae Sherlock, and today I'm introducing my business plan of a multi-internship program for students both in high school and university to figure out who they are and what they want to go into. Who here has had 3 or more jobs in their lifetime? Yep, quite a few of you. And who here is a completely different person now than they were 10 years ago? My business plan will solve this solution and help young people find out who they are and what they want to go into by offering them the ability to gain hands-on experience in their fields that they would like to go into. First, I'd like to introduce this quote you may or may not know. I'm going to read the English version, you can read the Chinese version for you. Knowing others is intelligence, but knowing yourself is true wisdom. Because you can communicate with others, you can know others, and it's intelligent because you'll understand how to communicate with different groups of people. But knowing yourself is true wisdom, because that is how you proceed in this world. And the one person you'll always have by your side is yourself. Alright, so the purpose of our business is to give both students and businesses the opportunity to understand their new jobs and what they would like to go into, and it gives them hands-on experience. For those of you who don't understand what an internship is, it's basically the opportunity to gain experience in a field that you may or may not want to go into, and you can choose whichever one you would like, and it's also very impressive for colleges and universities and future jobs to see that you already have experience in this field. What sets it apart from other programs? With other internship programs, you only have one long-term experience in one field. However, with my business, I would like to introduce something that isn't often done, which is multiple short-term internships through our business. This way, for example, if you want to be a lawyer, you can go into a lawyer internship, and you can also go into something else for maybe architecture. You can go into both of these for a short period of time to work through the process of elimination and discover which one suits you the best. It helps students give themselves a sense of self, and they also receive a certificate of completion and help them get into their universities or jobs. These will be paid internships, so 90% of their profits will go to them, and we will take a 10% cut out of it for our profits, and we will also give free consultations in the beginning. Why do we charge for our services? Some of you may think, well, I could just go to a business and find myself an internship myself, but we will use our connections and our social networking to connect students to the best possible businesses in their field. Over 60% of businesses hire people from internships because they have already gained knowledge of the job. Our marketing strategy. Promotion will be held at high schools and colleges, universities, so that these students can find these through their guidance counselors and job counselors. And we'll also have a social media platform. We'll also have a website to inform students of anything that they need to know about and go through the consultation process, both online, globally.
You may be wondering what my business is. Sportals is an online platform where spare gear owners can make profit by renting and selling their unused equipment. To begin with, why? Sportal's mission is to bridge the gap between the people who never get to try new sports and the people who have spare sports gear. People are often too scared or don't want to spend so much money on trying a new sport. However, with Sportals, the people who have spare sports gear can connect with the ones that don't have. Secondly, the problem. People nowadays have lots of things they want to try or do. However, most of the people cannot afford to buy all the equipment for trying a simple sport. As a result, they either go to the convenience store or try to borrow it from their friends. It is really not efficient to do that, but there haven't been any fully developed stores or platforms, where others have a chance of giving their own spare gears to one who needed them. In addition, limited choices in in-person stores could not satisfy the customers since they need multiple product categories. The unused equipment could be something that is really hard to make use of, which will eventually stack up.
It's mostly for play for child and children. Adult also can play. It's for all ages of people. So about the company, this is leading the diverse international home entertainment and media company with 5 business statement, media network, park and resort, studio entertainment, and customer and product and media. So this company is containing most of entertainment stuff, and it's for all ages of people. So next, I'm gonna talk about my main business, about my business idea. So this company is a large entertainment company, mostly used by online video games, shared and by social media platforms. And it's like YouTube, but our company is mostly specifically for video games, and it also can make animations and critical to the games. So next, I'm gonna talk about my important part of my business plan, the park and resort. So my business plan is like Disney World, but it's like Cyberpunk World. So a lot of you maybe don't know about the Cyberpunk, but the Cyberpunk World is like the future of the world, but it's like for young children. So this probably covers nearly 20,000 area in youth and resort. There's a lot of parks, for example, Cyberpunk Park, Cyberpunk Studio, Cyberpunk Animal Kingdom, and there's water park and 20 resort hotels and springs. So this is basically like the Cyberpunk world, and it's very good for all ages. But it's used a lot of money to build it, so I'm gonna talk next for a goal of my business plan. So our business plan is to build the best media network and for ads. So the media network is like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. They can give us a pretty good idea for our apps. So the world's largest animation game company. So we can also build games for children, and our games doesn't need money, so we can have some ads to have income. So the first Cyberpunk world is like, before I talk about the park and resort, like Disney stand for all ages. So next, about my business plan. There's 4 main parts of my business plan. If I started park and resort in the first time, we're gonna spend a lot of money. So I'm gonna have 4 parts of my business plan. So first, creating the software for the games, about all the games, so that all the players who play video games have the software that I created. So the public and advertising the most cultural thing for income and taxes. So the second step is mostly for make more money for the third step. So the third step is making enough money. Still is for the park and resort. So this is make some movie and anime for a big made of the main thing from the game. So the final part is the one I talked about, the Cyberpunk world, and it's very good at park resort for all ages of people. So it's very good that my business plan has 4 steps. Because if I start at number 4, it does need a lot of money, like 3 million, like 2 trillion. But the first one, we only need 1 million to start the business. So why this project? So video game. The video game industry has grown from about 26%, and it's switched to.
Good afternoon to all judges and to everyone who's coming today. My name is Xinwei Li, and today I will be presenting my topic, smaller sizes for everyone, and discuss how it might affecting us, or how we can do something to benefit the world. So in order to begin with, let's go over the table of contents, which we also call the agenda, to give you a basic ideas of what we'll be discussing today. So first of all, the problem. We want to be able to define the problem first and think about why is it important for us to learn today. What is a smaller class size and how does it matter to us? Then we're going to move on to why, to talk about why we should care and its importance. After that, I'd like to share some of my true personal experience, what makes me feel like addressing this issue today and finding the passion to present here. And lastly, I'll be talking about how this can be changed in order to give out my own recommendations or the suggestions. So before we go any further, when you see this topic, are there like any questions that come to your mind, such as, do smaller classes make a difference? How does class size affect academic performance? And does it improve student behavior? What needs to be done to have smaller classes? What actions can the government take? And are we able to solve the problem for the next generation? And I highly encourage you all to keep this question in mind as we go through the slideshows. Okay, so number one problem. Why we can learn well, which we always wonder, even though sometimes we try hard enough, and the results are sometimes still different from what we expected. Have you thought about maybe we should adjust the way we learn? So regular class size restrict our education, which we will be talking about that later. And it limits our idea or thoughts, so which means we're not being able to engage in or like share our ideas during the class time. Both teacher and students can be distracted by a relatively large class, and it stops us from socializing. And maybe by the end of the semester, you don't even know half your classmates. So how sad is that? So now let's move on to why and talk about the benefits of having a reduced class size. Most education researchers agree that smaller classes result in higher instruction quality, higher participant or involvement, and higher graduation rates. Smaller classes make it possible for teachers to provide students with more individualized attention and use a greater variety of instruction strategies. This will significantly improve teaching and learning effectiveness, allowing teachers to spend less time dealing with behavior issues while giving them more time to cover the additional materials and enrichment activities. So which means less people in class, which means fewer attendance problems, fewer discipline problems, and much higher test scores. So in a smaller class, you'll be receiving more individualized attention. So I guess this is the main reason why a lot of parents send their children to a private school to continue their education, so that teachers are able to provide personalized feedback and support to help students overcome their difficulties. And all classes have students at different ability levels who can learn at different paces. So I think it's really important for teachers to figure out how they can better help students by applying different teaching methods or strategies. For example, I'm typically a visual learner, so I prefer to look at something on the board while I'm learning. Also, in a smaller class, teacher will get to know each student more quickly and be able to name them without using the little name tag. Or does anyone remember the little paper test place that we usually place on our tables in the beginning of the semester? And so to make it easier for teachers to recognize our names. So regarding the study conducted by TDSB, which stands for Toronto District School Board, 70% of students in grades 9 through 12 reported feeling anxious and unhappy about their school. And another student reported that the stress of academic pressure contributes to the symptoms of depression. She says that it feels like something is eating her. Once again, I want to bring this back to our topic. How can a teacher effectively help each person's need while teaching to the best of her or his ability? So it's quite tricky to do with such high volume class capacity. With that being said, I suggest there's a need for schools to maintain smaller class.
My honored judges and guests, my name is Melody, and I'm here to bring you my plan and purpose presentation, Media Studies and Communication. So before I start, I want to give you guys a simple introduction about myself. My name is Melody Joy Yu. I'm 15 years old. I am in grade 10 going to Unionville High School. I'm part of the Arts Unionville Dance Program. I have started my own WeChat 视频号 with 40,000 followers. I've also been an MC for COIFA multiple times, including today. One of my biggest achievements is finishing a tube of chapstick without losing it. It was way too hard. New media and mobile entertainment are revolutionizing the way people learn about the world, said by Stephen Kinzer. I chose this quote because this is the field I want to do in the future, and this is also the topic I will be talking about today. About media studies, what do you guys know about it? So it explores the complex world of communication, its dynamics, and its impact on contemporary societies and cultures. My idea media study career I want is very 21st century. In the past decades, a girl my age who wanted to be in media might try to get a career in broadcasting to be a reporter on local news and anchor, but this type of media is going away. I want to do digital media, media online. So what are some examples of careers in this vein? There are online programs and classes. Think back in COVID time, where you had to work online, where you had to do online classes in school. This is a type of online programs and classes. Entertainment, those TV shows, series, dramas, also news reports, weather reports, ads and commercials, things that you see on YouTube that's quite annoying and then you always want to skip. Some jobs, being a journalist, news reporter, maybe but only for online content, news writers, designers, broadcaster, webcaster, podcaster, advertising planner, executives. Why am I drawn to this field? There's 3 main reasons. 1, making my own media. I like being a leader, being my own boss, being independent, the chance to create my own opportunity in this field, or even my own company, my own app. For example, my channel. 2nd, using my ways of communication to spread news. Being well-versed in the fastest and most accurate type of communication is very important to me. I want to spread my cultural traditions and then cultures that should be known. For example, First Nations, Indigenous. I want their culture to be spreading. 3rd, being able to get news first-handed. Being on top of what's going on in the world is also very important to me. I want to know what's going on in this world so I can get my chance to know what to do next, and also my next step. Why media studies? Media studies enable us to understand the world around us. Think about it. An incident happened, how would you get to know about that? News, reports, papers, yeah, that's media. When you're bored at home, you turn on your TV and there's a show going on. What is that? Entertainment, media. Think about it, when you're at school and then you get this assignment where you had to do research on Roman history. What do? You open up your computer and go on Google. There's websites you'll need. And what is that? Media. 2nd is that media can't ever be replaced by artificial intelligence. No matter if you're writing a news report or shooting for a show, you'll need human thoughts and feelings. That's a must. And AI-based machines don't have emotional intellect. I don't think you would want to read or see something that has no feeling. For example, sorry, the number you have dialed is unavailable. Please call again later. Next is my accomplishments in this field. I have been working in media companies for the past 2 years or more. For example, Cineplex and also Canadian American TV Group. I have interviewed many people in all sorts, for example, actors and business people. I have my own channel that I have been working on for almost 2 years to 3 years, including writing scripts, editing videos, and shooting. I've done all of that. I have also participated in organizing shows and galas. For example, 2022 Spring Festival Gala. There's also Canada's Day Gala, Victoria Day Gala, yes. I've also volunteered backstage for shows such as sound staff, DJs, and lighting. My goal is to major in media studies and communication at Columbia University in New York City. The reason why I love to study there because it's the #1 media study program in the world. And I know from my research that the internship and job opportunities are outstanding there because it's in New York City, and New York City is one of the leading media capitals in the whole world. I want to work in media studies because I find it so interesting, as I said. Media studies can be in all sorts of subfields: television, news, advertising, webcasting, or digital media, sales or content, entertainment. It's really amazing that there's so many branches in media that I could even try. Getting to university and learning all about it, about each, and hopefully doing internships would probably help me focus on 1 or 2. And that would bring my speech to an end. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Melody. 好，现在我们一起来连线萨省胡吉之。来，我们一起来看。好，开始。
My name is Steven. Today I'm going to be doing this business planner on the thing. And that's a quote from the CEO of YouTube. I think it really fits today's theme of the business planner. It says, I'll take one idea into a prototype and then the product of a million people that will use this. Because I think the business planner, everything starts off as an idea. And with enough money, you can make it into a product that millions of people will use this. So, without further ado, let's get it started. So now we're looking at the content. It's basically the 8 points I'll be talking about throughout the whole slideshow. So the first one, basic information. How does it work? Platform, advantages, and disadvantages. Disadvantages and selectivity, competitor, and income. All those 8 points I'll be talking about through the entire presentation, and we'll have further deeper information about each one of those. So, first one, how does the business function? It's basic information. The business will function in 3 steps. First of all, search, then train, and then work. With each step, we'll get into for further detail later on, but this is just a general presentation of the thing. So, the first one, searches. There's 2 ways that we can search for people in the media. One is posting ads on social media, which is pretty efficient in terms of today's technology, because with one post, more than thousands of people will see it. And the people that are actually interested into the industry will click on it and will sign up for it. So next, we can look for people on YouTube that they're already passionate for whatever they want to do. And those are the people that we're really truly looking for. Okay, next step, training. We're going to tell them about the basic knowledge they need to know, analytics, YouTube and stuff, everything they need to know, and then we'll tell them about editing. Because editing is really key in terms of a video. In my opinion, 30% or 60% of the whole final product is about their personality and the content they're making. The rest 40% is about editing. So in my opinion, editing is really key in terms of this business. And then thirdly, find what they like. Because in order to really succeed in a career they like, they have to be enjoying it first to really succeed achieving the career. And after we know what they like, we'll teach them about it. Some similar business you can use as examples. Another one of them is sports scouts. Just like they go through high school tournaments and look for people that has the potential to be a pro league player. For example, scouts for NBA, they will look for players. And another example would be talent scout. They'll go on the street looking for people that are talented or physically attractive and offer them jobs and opportunities to become a singer or actor, things like that. Next one, platform. We can use the platform of YouTube because it already has a base of audience. So we can just build on it to our advantage. We can use that because YouTube has a platform full of opportunity and possibility. You can literally post anything on it without a doubt. Well, it has to be legally. You can't post anything that's against the law. So you can post anything, and there's a lot of opportunities on it too. In the video, the picture you see right there is just a man clicking a control key on YouTube, but it gained 14 million views. So it shows YouTube is definitely a platform full of opportunities. All right, let's talk about the advantages now. So first one, efficiency. Since we're doing it through the net, it is very fast and very easy to find people that are willing to take this opportunity. And low cost, because everyone we're looking for is still a nobody. They're a blank piece of paper, so we don't have to pay them a lot in order to get them started. And the equipment doesn't have to be expensive too. And speaking of all the advantages, there has to be some disadvantages for every single business. For ours, it has to be a lack of clout, might lose everything, and hard to start. But the first one is because we're starting with a low budget, and it's really hard to start to make everyone from a 0 to 10 with low budget, and no one's helping them. So it's really hard to start with a lack of clout, and might lose everything. To be honest, most of the business have that problem of might losing everything. So that's a problem that we can't really solve, but it's a problem there for sure. And some possible solutions to solve the problems. First one, sign a contact there that already has a group of audience to fix the first and the third problem. And for the second one, we can leave it there because there isn't really a way to solve it. It's more of a problem itself. If anyone wants to start a business, there's a problem. There might be a possibility of them losing everything. You can't predict the future. And why will people work with us? Why won't people work on their own? Because we provide them a basic salary, because in the beginning stage of making YouTube, you make no money, less money. And you don't make enough money to support you from like doing your daily life and stuff. It doesn't support that. So with working with us, we'll provide them daily salaries that will support their daily life so they can focus on creating products they enjoy. And then we provide them free training so they don't have to pay extra money for training process. And low commission. We'll come back to low commission later as it's our only way of making money. So how does it really work in real life?
Hi ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elaine. So today I'm going to present my business proposal. So this idea actually is from my personal experience of a Halloween purchase last year. So what happens is last year I purchased a Halloween costume on AliExpress. I noticed that it arrived in Canada, however, I didn't retrieve it on time due to last mile delivery. So today my proposal is to build a Canada last mile delivery platform. First of all, what is last mile delivery? So there are 3 different phrases for a shipment to reach the end user when you place an order. So there are first mile delivery, middle mile delivery, and last mile delivery. First mile delivery basically is from manufacturers to warehouses. Middle mile delivery is from warehouses to the distribution center near you. And then from last mile delivery, it's from distribution center to directly delivered to their end users. So why is last mile delivery so critical? Let me show you 2 numbers. So last mile delivery is accounting for 53% of the overall shipping cost. And according to current research, it reveals that 85% of consumers will not shop with a retailer again due to the poor last mile delivery experience. So I did a quick matrix analysis on the current last mile delivery service in Canada based on cost of service and experience. So express service companies like DHL, UPS, FedEx, they do charge you high price for their service, but they also provide you with decent experience. And if you look down to Canada Post, they provide you low cost for their service, but they also provide you for experience. And if a business provides you ask for a high price and provide poor experience, apparently they cannot survive in the market. So my takeaway is that there is business opportunity in the upper right quadrant with low cost and decent experience. So in another word, here's the problem statement. Canada last mile delivery is lack of cost competitive service with decent experience. My solution is to build a Canada last mile delivery platform by partnering with third-party software system as user interface, Uber to optimize the cost, Hivebox like Amazon Hub Locker to save the door-to-door shipment. So I also did a swap. Oh, wait, sorry. A little bit nervous. So this slide shows the value proposition of my solution. So the single platform like apps is one-stop solution to integrate with partners. Third-party software system is going to be used to provide single user interface. And we're also going to use Uber type of run errands platform for the last mile delivery. And then we're also going to work with Hivebox partners. So I did a SWOT analysis to this solution. So strengths, we have competitive costs as by partnering with Uber because we're sharing costs. and with the Uber customers, and we're sharing investment with our partners, therefore low risk. Weakness. It would be complicated to integrate with multiple partners, and it may lead to lack of control.
Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Peng Zeye. You can call me teacher. Today I'm so honored to give a speech here. First, let's think about it. What make your day? I believe most people would say breakfast. However, online research tells us a critical factor to making our days sleeping. Having a good sleep habit can not only make your day fresh, but can also improve one's health. The negative economic growth, the increasing living cost, the war between Russia and the Ukraine, and the never-ending pandemic are all driving us crazy. The factors make people fall to live even worse, leading to severe mental and physical health problems. We must find a way to improve our sleep quality immediately. So, choose our sleep software, sleep FM sleep was broken. FM sleep is a sleep software developed for everyone. It's best for the insomniac to improve their sleep quality, health, and well-being. FM sleep contains medium for video and audio to help its user for the sleep quality. It also contains expert device and sleep insights, which can be played on economic devices anywhere with the base fees. Our mission is to improve the health and sleep quality with the most secure combined sound therapy. The main user of our app can be divided into 4 groups. The primary groups would be our members. People with sleep disorder only need to pay a base fee to become members and access many video and audio to get better sleep. The second ground would be the creator. Our video and audio creator have studied sleeping habits for years. And now the professional therapy to improve one's sleep quality. Creators post their free and paid video for members to use.
Hello everyone, my name is Octavian Liu. You can also call me Xingyun Liu. I am a grade 9 student. I just moved from Ontario to Ontario for PI. Today my business plan is something related to future called Future Matters apps. Because no matter how we think about future, it takes effort to build our road towards future. And it is important that we do correctly to make our approaching path a correct direction to achieve future career goals better. That is why I set the topic as Future Matters, meaning we care about details and the details affecting our future. Here is my agenda about today's topic, and it considers 6 parts. First, we need to know why do we make this app and why it is needed. As we all know, we cannot change the past as we don't have a time machine, but the future is set. There's no fate but what we make for ourselves. familiar about the sentence? This is a quote from Terminator 2, my father's favorite movie. But I totally agree because the future is uncertain and unpredictable, especially in this time. An era of fast-changing and politics, pandemic, war, technology innovation, and all play important roles in this changing period to change the circumstance of careers. So it is really not only our decisions, but also the wisdoms needed to make us who we are and who to be. But even wildest imagination or visions are not groundless, and dreams fulfilled rely on seeing, believing, experiencing, and supports directly or indirectly. That is why we want to do this app. The goal is for a better future career choice. Through online apps, provide users an easy way to practice different careers, including case studies, problem solving, therefore, to provide a better match through experience and let users benefit from its effect in an efficient way. Now let's face our primary problem. There is a saying, God only helped them who help themselves, but we cannot help ourselves not knowing who we are or what to do. Most of the time, it is hard to know It is hard to know or judge about inner or outside, because knowledge or information is not updated. Wrong decisions can be made because of either incorrect or lacking of correct understanding. We cannot learn swimming without going to swim in the water. Businesses existing now are very different from what we have 100 years ago. Lots of bankruptcy, business close, industry change. So it is harder and harder for us to make good decisions for our careers and to decide what to do. The unknown future is unpredictable, especially in this area. And wrong choices could lead to failure. That is why I'm setting up my business plan as an app for Future Matters. Future Matters are important in
very often we're at a concert where you need to take a lot of pictures or videos. Our battery get easily depleted, and people often forgot to bring their portable chargers because they're in a rush or simply do not have one. And the second issue that a lot of us encounter in daily life was predators at night. So if you're doing a night shift, or you get off of work very late, so when your phones are running low on battery and you don't have the option to reach out for help, and that is very dangerous, especially for women because we're very vulnerable during night. And here I present you a solution, rent a charge. So what exactly is rent a charge? So rack rents set up around Vancouver carry portable chargers, which can be rented out for those in need of battery. So as we state in our mission statement, we strive to give our customer peace of mind, removing the worry of a dead phone. So our customers can simply drop by any of the rent-a-charge locations and rent out our portable chargers. And we have 12 stations in total, and they can return charges in any of our 12 stations. And it's very convenient since customers don't have to stress out about running back to the station where they borrowed it, but they can just simply return it in any of our 12 locations. And next, I'll be giving you more details about our company, who we're going to partner with, where we're going to get our products from, and all the other specific details. So first of all, who are we going to work with, right? So the main power bank, we're mainly going to get our product from Roma's technology, because not only Roma's address our customers' needs by having such a large, high-capacity battery, but also uses ethical material, and also have this transparent manufacturing process, which is extremely important. As business owners, we have the responsibility to take care of the environment by promoting sustainability and also protecting employees that work for us and not just earning money. Yeah, and that's basically the two main reasons why we chose Romas, sustainable, and it is also by having this transparent manufacturing processes that protects our employees. And for example, rentable charges at parks, which is Stanley Park, one of our 12 locations. It can be solar powered, meaning it's going to be charged by the sun because it's very hot in the summer. And chargers in the malls can be created with certified recycled plastic and composable battery, which is all very eco-friendly again, because it's also one of our main goal as a business owner. So partners and relations. So our target customers are mainly focused on three main populations: students, working class, commuters. And we especially emphasize students because a lot of us, we go to concerts all the time, we take a lot of pictures, we take a lot of videos, and we really need a portable charger. Because the whole point of being at a concert is kind of like posting on your social media, so we're going to use our phone a lot. And age is going to be mostly 15 to 40, because that's where the time you use your phone a lot, you take a lot of pictures, you talk to your friends on social media, and less, as we can see in our PowerPoint, as you reach above 65 years old, it's going to be very less customers since they're not going to use our phones a lot. So that's how we came out with our target customers. And for promotion, we're going to have like three main ways of promoting our brand. First one is like making our website, of course, kind of gives our customer a clear view of what we do and our goals, missions, etc. And second one is creating a social media account: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. And we're going to use free resources by hashtags or like tagging locations to get more exposure. There's also a lot of apps such as Instagram and TikTok that have a creators plan, meaning that they help you to boost your post, to have like, you pay $1, $2 per post to get more exposure. I think that's also a great way to promote our brand. And also, most importantly, ads on Google Maps, because every time we go somewhere, we always go to our Google Maps and see all the available things. So yeah, and that would potentially cost us $200. And next on some logistic plans. So as I mentioned before, we're going to have 12 locations. We put 3 for Stanley Park because this park you usually take pictures, we hang out there, etc. Vancouver Art Gallery because again a lot of visitors are going to visit us in there, and it's an art gallery, so we always take a lot of pictures. We all kind of like be inspired by the artworks. The civic centers, because there's a lot of people, a lot of working classes very busy. Canada Live, North Shore, and Rogers Arena. Obviously, Rogers Arena, all the big concerts happen in Rogers Arena, so which is also why we put 3. We have like 3 other locations instead of like 1 or 2, because yeah, a lot of people are going to use it. So how to pay? So step 1. Just scan the QR code of our website, which is printed on the surface of our rack banks. Step 2 is choose your estimated time of charge and pay. So there's no cash, you just use your debit card, credit card, or e-transfer, whatever, and you pay. And step 3 is a deposit, which is $39.99. And this will be given back after you return your charger, so just in case you steal our charger or anything happen, damages, etc. And last, portable charger will be available for use, obviously. And next are revenue plans. So the least amount of renting time is like an hour, so it will only cost the customer $1.99. And then after the first hour is going to be $0.99 an hour for each additional hour. And if it's 24 hours, it's going to be $9.99. And the max we have is $39.99. It's for those ones who damage or return the portable chargers, who did not return the portable chargers. So that's the maximum our customers are going to pay, which is around $40. So now on to break-even analysis. So our starter cost is $4,300. It includes everything we need to start our business, which is portable chargers and charging boxes for 12 stations, because yeah, charging boxes is really important because we just don't want to have our portable chargers not in 100% full capacity. And our variable cost is the rent we have to pay for the 12 locations. That is 5% sale of our per station. That is approximately $420 according to our minimum profit. And our minimum profit after a year is $866, which means that there will be one customer renting 1 hour every day for a year. So that's how we came up with our minimum profit. There's obviously going to have more people renting and every day, so that's just kind of like a quick calculation of the minimum profit. And yeah, that's basically much it. Again, for when you're low, on the go. Thank you.
The regular water bottles for the seniors and infants, they have to have the hot drinks made ready in the bottle, and then wait until a certain amount of time when they drink it. The drinks will probably be not as warm as it was first made, or it was meant to be. Okay, the second way is a way to boil instant food. Just for example, instant ramen. Instant ramens need a hot water to boil, and it has to be boiling, or else the noodle will not be cooked and cooked properly, and it will not be food safe. So, with the water from a regular thermal bottle, the water will not be as warm, and the noodle will not be as good as if it was boiled. It was just boiled. And the third way is a source to keep cool on a hot day. So, for example, you want to drink smoothie on a very hot day. Then, your smoothie might melt in the regular bottle, but with these bottles, we're able to keep cool whenever we want, and then we're able to freeze it whenever we want, and therefore that we'll be able to keep cool on a hot day. And last, it saves money from buying expensive drinks. For example, you don't necessarily want to buy smoothies from a gasoline station. It is more expensive than homemade, and and you wouldn't know what material they put in it. While you could buy a Coke and you could put it in a bottle and freeze it to the right amount, and it will be Coke smoothie, the same either way. So it saves money. And it's more safe because you know what you're doing instead of you're just buying material from others. And the solution. So first, it saves time and it has better accessibility. For example, you're working in the office and then you have the kettle in another office. You can easily heat up water from this bottle instead of needing to boil water in another kettle and then having to bring it back. And also it has better accessibility. You can boil water whenever you want or freeze them whenever you want. And therefore, if you have the bottle, you can do whatever you want everywhere. So the second one, it saves money from buying unnecessary drinks. Just as mentioned, it will save money. You don't need to buy expensive drinks. You can make them yourself. And with the freezing feature of the bottle, we can make many more smoothies, or we can make ice also with the bottle. And third, it saves more energy than regular freezer and kettle. Since we have many solar panels on the top, then it will be able to. we don't need to plug it in order for it to work, and then we can charge it up with sunlight. Therefore, it saves more energy than regular ones, and it's also easier to carry around. Since it's only a size of a water bottle, then it wouldn't be as big as a kettle or as large as a freezer. And people who likes drinks whenever they want, they can carry it to everywhere. Okay, value proposition. So this is when the products are first on sale. Customers want to drink fresh tea from boiling water, but was not able to.
本届评委阵容强大，由5名知识渊博的评委组成。他们分别是温莎大学奥黛特商学院的教授、管理区主任马振中博士、Gallup 认证教练 CCG 创始人李玲萍女士、Zhou Chen 先生拥有 CPA、CMA、MBA 等多个学位及资质，曾在 CIBC 银行工作，是一位经验丰富的教育家。Jane 目前是 CYFA 的董事会董事，也是 Pier One 的创始人和首席执行官。还有 Sean Li 先生，他是 Deliver Act 的现任产品经理。Deliver Act 是一家餐饮技术软件服务公司，管理着全球超过9000万份在线的订单。加拿大青少年商业创业大赛以英文为比赛语言，每位参赛者有5到10分钟的时间提交商业创意演讲，然后评委再为每位选手点评并打分。将评出本届大赛获奖选手，设大奖1名，还设最佳创意奖、 最佳表现奖。比赛结果将在12月17日举行的瑞邦金融大型慈善晚宴上公布并颁奖。
2022青少年基金会的决赛今天在隆重的举行。我是瑞邦金融的廖子蔚，这个是17年前我亲自投资创办的慈善的事业，现在受到了加拿大联合国和世界的基金会的组织。我们10多年以来的青少年的孩子培育到世界各地的这个名牌的常青藤大学、哈佛的、霍普金斯的、纽约商学院的，也有王志南这样的能够创办自己的3D 打印的公司，在深圳市值上亿。我想说，青少年是我们的未来，培养孩子是有我们社会的责任，尤其加拿大的华人移民加拿大以后，我们的下一代在多元文化的交流当中，能够更加的脱颖而出。未来疫情以后的元宇宙时代，我们怎样让我们的青少年能够快速的适应社会的发展？以后的就业，机器人 AI 的发展，10% 以上的就业，以及他们的这个前景，可以说是非常的迷茫。我们青少年基金会的这批孩子们都拥有他们的梦想，他们有他们的创意。今天我非常的感动，看到了孩子们非常成熟，也有很多好的想法，做了商业创业的比拼，他们都非常的阳光和对人生充满着美好的想法。我们这样的平台能让更多的青少年能够参与我们，一起共同的打造我们未来的下一代。预祝我们的活动圆满成功，也祝今天获奖的会在12月17号的慈善晚会上给予公开的奖项，同时会有优秀的1、2个选手给大家做公开的表演，也希望更多的孩子们能够一起加盟到这个社团里，提高他们自己的眼界和未来。谢谢。
好，我叫刘启明，来自 Newmarket High School 的一位学生。这次比赛演讲的主题呢是讲 YouTube 经纪公司一样的business idea 商业计划书。然后来这次参加比赛的感想呢是十分的震惊的。这次比赛很多小朋友、很多同龄人都在那儿很努力的讲解这个在研究这个商业计划，然后都很努力的在台上演讲，然后演讲的主题都各不相同，然后都演讲得特别好。然后我觉得呢，我这次讲的呢有一些不足，一上台很多东西都有些忘记了，就讲的并不是很好，并没有达到我真正想达到的期待。但是是个很好的尝试吧，就试一试总比不试好吧，就差不多这样子，谢谢。
我是加拿大青少年未来发展基金会的成员小麦 Melody。今天我非常的高兴能够来到今天的这个商业创意大赛，也是其中的一个成员。今天呢，我的比赛我觉得发挥的还是可以。那为什么我要来参加这个比赛呢？因为我觉得这个是个非常好的平台，能够让我在这个平台学到很多东西。在这里呢，我也看到了很多其他的参赛者他们的演讲，从他们那里我也学到了很多。也非常感谢瑞邦金融给我们打造的这个平台，非常感谢，谢谢。
大家好，我是 Serena 韩，然后今天呢带我的孩子也令来参加瑞邦金融主办的青基会的一个活动。你介绍一下自己吧。
好，大家好，我是令化，今天我是参加了今天 CYFA 的活动，然后我是参赛选手。
这次活动对野令的确是一个很高的提高。然后呢，他在这次活动当中学到了很多东西，对他的演讲和他对一些商业方面的一些计划什么的都得到了一个展示。非常感谢有这样一个机会。
对。
你可以谈谈你这次做准备的想法吧，过程。
这次呢，准备还是花了很长时间的，因为毕竟要上台做演讲嘛。我觉得今天在台上呢，看到了很多跟我很有竞争力的选手，那么我呢也是非常的兴奋。然后上台之后呢，然后把它，你再来一遍吗？
可以啊，你有这些想法是很好的。希望我也是觉得，就是这对他以后的学习过程当中是很大的帮助。然后我们再次感谢瑞邦金融为大家提供这样一个很好的机会和平台，谢谢。
这是加拿大网络电视台记者发自现场的报道。